This is not how you always look. What's up, everybody? You're watching a brand new episode of the Mixed Tag Show's Twitch series, Put You On. And we have a special guest. Before we get into
Very
that,
special.
very special. Before we get into that, I wanted to give, including Speak for Blue as well, give our condolences to one of our uh, followers who's been following us since the beginning, and I believe it's also a close friend of Blues, Photo Will, aka Will. He passed, I think today or was it yesterday? So we wanted to give our condolences to his family and friends. We're sorry for the loss. But yes, we have a very special guest, a friend of the show, a longtime friend of the show, now turned wrestler, going to his shows and whatnot. TKO.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm
He's
back,
back.
and now
He
now I'm a wrestler.
he's a wrestler,
So
and the thing is, like, I want to say the past year or so, he's been like, "Yo, put me on the show," like, and whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna get you on the show, and we're gonna do this." And now, look, you're on the show not just to give your opinion, your thoughts, but for me to ask you questions and interview you because you're such a big star now.
wow, I
Wow.
feel honored. I feel honored. But here we are.
Here we
I'm
are.
excited.
Yes.
I'm a fan of the show. By the
Yes.
way, I listen
Yes.
every week,
Wow.
so
See?
it's an honor to be the one being interviewed. So
Right. It's
let's
like
do
a
this.
it's like a full circle thing.
Yeah.
You shaved, by the way.
I did. I did shave today actually because um
Are
I
you
don't
like really going into this whole Spider-Man gimmick? You clean cut and everything. Don't tell me anything because I still haven't seen the movie yet. And now people think just because it's been a couple of days now we can start giving spoilers. No, we can't give spoilers. But
yeah, I mean I myself have been like very cautious still of, like what I'm saying, but I mean it has almost been a week, so you kind of need to see it.
no,
But
I understand. But I had like got my booster shot, and I'm still a little like I've been having a headache like every day. I don't know if that's because of that or just in general, but I couldn't
yeah.
go over the weekend. I was out of it. My arm was killing me. I was knocked out. So don't you can't give me that. You gotta cut me some slack.
Yeah, but as far as my facial hair, I just I just wanted to shave anyways, but then yeah, like Spider-Man came out and then I had to do a TikTok today, so I was like, you know what? Might as well shave my face and put it into the TikTok because it was this whole thing. You guys can go see it if you want to, but
Mhm.
yeah, decided to change it up a little bit, clean cut, taking it
You-
back to 2017 when you
I
first
was
met me.
I was literally gonna say taking it back. It was like a young buck when I met you.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of which, right? So that's when we met each other the first time in 2017. It was at the Sam Roberts, what was it, Summer Sam
Summer
thing.
Sam.
Yeah, he was doing his little podcast and he was interviewing the GOAT, Sasha Banks, and also Seth Rollins. And that's when we realized we were BFFLs.
That's right.
So
Still
let
remember it. It was a great day. Met the
right.
legend Jenna.
I met the legend TKO.
And then we saw the legend Sasha Banks, who's doing
Exactly.
her thing still to this day.
It's crazy when you think about that, right? That's 2017. That's what, 4 years later that we like
I,
all this has happened and
dude,
a lot has changed.
it's crazy, especially since pandemic happened. That was 2 years ago almost. So like,
Yeah,
it's crazy how time's been flying. I've known most of you guys for four
yeah,
or
long
five
time.
years now. So, but here we are.
So let's get into that, right? Because again, we met at that
Yep.
podcast event thing, and then we obviously were going to a lot of shows for the past couple of
Mhm.
years and events. But we I started to learn more about you, just more a little bit outside of going to events, but that you actually wanted to be a wrestler. So where did this whole idea of like taking your fandom into actually participating and being a professional wrestler started from?
Well, I mean, like most people, they grew up watching it. You know, some people, they get lucky and they come in, they're very athletic and they just that's how they get their start. But my start was I was a fan like everybody else. I still am. See in the background, I got posters. Um, so yeah, I just grew up watching it, and there wasn't like a specific match or anything. I just knew I was like, when I get older, I don't want to be a plumber. I don't want to work in an office 9 to 5. I think I want to try out this wrestling thing. I think I want. I think I'm capable enough of beating my body to a pulp to entertain you people. And that's what I love doing. I love entertaining. I do YouTube. I do all that.
Yep.
So, um, yeah, it's just from growing up watching it and all the years of going to the events. It just really got me pumped and want to try and pursue it myself. And I think I'm doing okay so far.
I think you are too. So you don't have a specific memory. It was just you was watching it and then it was just like you wanted to be there.
Yeah, not a specific memory or match. I think just like I don't know, at age 11 or 12, I was just like after watching it for a while, I was like I think this is going to be something I want to do one day. And now like I like doing like the entertainment stuff, so like, you know, later on if, something else comes up and wrestling doesn't work out, I would still like to be in the entertainment business and
Like
do
creating
something,
like creating content basically.
creating content and whatnot. So yeah, just like the mixture of the two of my love for wrestling and wanting to do creative stuff. I think that's just what it came down to. Just it's a
Entertaining.
mixture of both, and yeah, that's why I'm doing it, doing the
You
thing.
doing it. So okay, so like you said, there wasn't anything that pinpointed in regards to your love. But when you started to realize, okay, I really love this, who were some like these are questions that I already know, but obviously the
Hmm.
point of the series is to put you on. So who are
Yeah.
some of the wrestlers that you wound up gravitating to?
So, well, my first favorite, because of my love for Spider-Man, the first guy that like gravitated towards me as a little kid was Rey Mysterio. And oddly enough, I get compared to his son a lot. So
Yes, you
uh,
do.
it's very funny that that was my first favorite wrestler though was Rey Mysterio. Um, I just loved the mask. He was a little guy. I was a little guy, so I really gravitated towards Rey Mysterio and his high flying and whatnot.
Which is like you said,
Um,
similar to Spider-Man in the sense of wearing a mask, high flying,
right,
and a small guy. Yeah.
right. So Rey Mysterio was like my first favorite guy. Um, and then uh, Randy Orton, CM Punk, um, Seth Rollins. As like the years went on, I started growing up. Um, really started gravitating towards those guys, and yeah. So those are some of my favorites. Oh, and can't forget about the women. Uh,
Because listen, you got this whole evolution poster behind you. You're not gonna sit here and act like there aren't some women that have inspired you to do
no,
what you do. And that's what I
and
really want to get into. So
no, yeah, because a lot of people like guys, they don't even mention like any women that like inspired them. They just like, you know, which I mean, it's whatever, but I will give some flowers. Um my first favorite was Kelly Kelly. More so because I was attracted to her and I was a little boy. But yeah, I love Kelly Kelly. Um But my first like real like overall favorite, which a lot of people know, Nikki Bella. She's like my goat. And then your goat, who I love, and I actually like love her, all of her matches, all that. The goat Sasha Banks, who's currently my favorite wrestler.
not just
Um,
even women's wrestler, but your favorite wrestler.
just overall, here, hold on. I got something
What do we
on my
have?
shelf. On my shelf.
There you go. With the
Look at
title,
that. Two
everything.
titles.
There you
Two
go.
belts banks.
Two
Look at
belts
that.
banks.
Look at
There,
that.
this
So
this is
shout out
this
to her.
this is my type of show.
It is. Well, that's how we became friends and stayed friends pretty much through Sasha
It's
Banks. So
it's literally because of that. Okay,
it's
so
pretty much all we talk about.
let's get more into that. Like you said, a lot of guys,
Yeah.
whether it's fans or just wrestlers in general, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't want to admit that they are inspired by women wrestling. You have no problem whatsoever saying that. You even, some of your moves are inspired by the couple of women wrestlers that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's important, you as a wrestler, a male wrestler
Mm-hmm.
specifically, to give credit to those women wrestlers?
Well, it's they can do it just as well as us. Okay, they 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 can get in that ring. They can take those bumps. They can bust their ass. They can bust out a good promo. So like, why not like watch other women wrestlers? It's just like watching a male wrestler. It's just you're not the same gender, but
Right.
so yeah, I have no problem looking back at women's wrestling matches. There's plenty of good women's wrestlers out there. So yeah, I'm not sure why a lot of people don't mention it, but I mean, it's everybody has different flavors of ice cream. Everybody has different, you know. It's
That's right.
just, but I myself, I love women's wrestling. I was at Evolution with Jenna, so I have no problem saying it. Um, so
Tell me a little bit more about your finisher. Speaking, continue on with that conversation of women wrestling and being inspired. What's your
well,
finisher like?
my finisher is the TKO, which Nikki Bella just so happened to use
Right, she just
before
copied
she
your whole style.
retired.
It's crazy.
It was funny though because, like I said, I've been wanting to be a wrestler for a long time. So she didn't always use that move. So when she
Correct.
like finally busted that move out, I was like,
It was
it's
official.
destiny. It's
Yeah.
destiny. I have to use that move. And then she
Right.
retired. I was like, you know what? Because we low key we've talked a couple times. So I told her I was like, I'm gonna do that for you specifically, but I've always wanted to do the move anyways. But since she's retired, I want to carry on the TKO and use that as my finish and try and get the same results as the one and
Exactly.
only.
So, but
So
tell me, so what? what does the finisher actually entail for the people that might not be familiar with Nikki's
So
finisher?
a TKO is pretty. So you pick them up into a fireman's carry,
Hmm.
and then you just spin them around into like pretty much a cutter, like an RKO.
And
I found the move.
Randy Orton inspired you, so it's kind of like just putting
Yeah,
everything into
it's a
one.
combo. It's a
Yeah.
combo of both. But yeah, I saw the video. The reason why I wanted to do the move was uh, originally um, I saw it in the video game,
Hmm.
and that's also kind of how I got my look from the whole like sleeves and the top and the tights with the kick pads, all that. That's all from the video game. So I found that move from the video game. I was like, dude, that is the sickest move ever. And I think I could bust that out on pretty much everybody. So
Yeah, for
unless you're
sure.
like 400 pounds, I might have a problem. But
Nah, you're
we'll
not gonna
get to
even.
that when the day comes.
Right, you're not gonna even have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
But yeah, so that's where it originated of me wanting to do the move. The it's also called a fireman's carry cutter
Yeah.
or a TKO. So yeah, and then obviously Nikki Bella started using it, so I was like, dude, I gotta use that move like 100%.
And she approved of it.
She did. She did. She
See,
100% did. Not gonna
see.
brag. Sent her a video. She was like, yes, got my thumbs up.
Yes,
So
I remember how happy you were when she gave you the A-OK. So that's what's
yeah.
up. Um. So yeah. So tell me a little bit more. So obviously decided you
Uh,
wanted to become a wrestler. How did
right.
all this come about? Like in regards to signing up for wrestling school and what wrestling school that you wound up joining, that whole journey.
Right. So, um, for the longest time, I didn't know where I was going to go. I knew I wanted to be a wrestler, and I knew because a lot of people make this mistake of just going wherever. Wherever
Yeah.
there's a ring, okay, I'll go there and I'll bump and try and become a wrestler. But a lot of people have said, don't just go to any wrestling school. You got to go to a wrestling school where somebody knows what they're talking about, someone that's like made it. Because if you just go, I mean, I don't want to say this and like because there are cases where like guys have made it and went to just some any old school,
Right.
um, but from like what I've heard is you want to go to a credible wrestling school, pretty much.
I mean,
So
I think that's the case with anything in regards to schooling or you need to learn something. You want to go
right,
somewhere that's credible. So wrestling would be no different.
right. So I, for the longest time, didn't know where to go because I didn't want to just go to any wrestling school. But I eventually found Team 3D in Florida.
Hmm.
And I told my mom, I was like, all right, when I graduate school, we should move to Florida and um, I'll go to Team 3D over there because Bubba Ray and Devon, they're credible people, and
Obviously.
my mom wanted to live in Florida anyways,
So it was
eventually.
like a
So
perfect situation, basically.
yeah, I was like, let's move to Florida, and I ended up meeting Bubba Ray, and I told him that, and he was like, wow, that's awesome that you want to move all the way to Florida from Connecticut. And sure enough, Bubba Ray, like I think like 6, 7 months later, because he lives over here, he just started a school over here. Oh, we good?
We're good.
Oh, okay. It like glitched out for a second. Uh, Bubba Ray, he started a school over here in Connecticut where I live, and it's actually in the same town that I live in. So I was like, well, guess we don't gotta go to Florida anymore, and it's a credible school. So I signed up when I was originally gonna do it when I turned 18, but I was having so much fun with you guys, I got a little backtracked and, wanted to live my life a little bit before I
For
got myself into
sure.
wrestling. And, because, it was really fun, but very expensive, traveling around. So
Yep.
I had to resave up to start wrestling school. And I started in, I think it was 2019. So, yeah, like, what, that was 3 years ago now? Just
And
insane.
it's fun and it's crazy, right? How everything worked out with obviously you being in Connecticut and him opening up a school in Connecticut.
Right.
But like you just mentioned, right? We were so busy having fun going to all the different shows. And again, this is a conversation that I remember you and I had often in regards to you wanting to fall back because obviously now this is a new thing that you wanted to pursue. I don't know how much you can
Right.
get into that in regards to that, but how do you juggle in the sense of now that you're doing this training to be a wrestler or are a wrestler, but you're still a fan, but you obviously can't necessarily do what we were doing a couple of years ago. How do you juggle that? And do you feel a way about that? Like what was
Yeah,
that transition like?
um so pretty much once you get into the business, I think it kind of changes your perspective for everybody. Um that starts to join. Like obviously we're always gonna be a fan. I'm never gonna stop being a fan of wrestling. I love wrestling, that's why I'm doing it. But I was told that it's gonna change. It's gonna change how you look at wrestling completely, and it has. And at first, I didn't understand that, and um, you know, you kind of want to fall back on like the whole going to like meet and greets and like certain shows and like really fanboying out because you want to you want to essentially like take it a little bit more serious, like where your head's at. Like, are you just gonna be a fan like the whole time, or are you gonna actually like go into that other side and like look at it as a business now? Like it's you're not paying money. You don't want to pay money anymore. You want to get paid to
Right.
be doing this stuff for you guys. So it was a big transition for me, especially after the year I had, and it was tough to transition at first, but like now, like I have no problem like missing all that stuff. I mean, it sucks, I get FOMO sometimes seeing you guys, but um, you know, it is what it is. I have people now, lucky enough, early on my career that are fans of me and want to get pictures with me, which is crazy. That I was just that kid
Yeah.
waiting in line to meet Sasha Banks with you guys, and freaking out. And now I'm starting a little bit to get that other side. So
Yeah, like
I
yeah,
just got to
sorry.
keep I just got to keep working towards the next level and to just keep going. But I'm always going to be a fan. Um, just not how
You
like a
used to be.
normal
Yeah.
yeah, a normal fan is. I gotta look at it through the eyes of a wrestler now, which I pretty much have. Like it's ever since joining, I've looked at wrestling different. I more so don't um watch it as a fan, I kind of study like how they're doing a move or how they're setting up the pace of a match that probably a fan isn't really doing when
You're
they're
gonna
watching a
actually
match.
pay attention.
They're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, let's go beat them, and you know, I
So
mean,
what's
depending on the match, I'm like that too.
oh
But
for
most
sure if it's a
matches,
dope match, yeah.
yeah. But most matches, I'm just watching it and I'm just seeing how they're putting the match together, so I can, maybe get something out of it that I can do.
So what is something that I've asked this question before to someone that's been on the show that I remember being such a big fan and then all of a sudden
Okay.
turned wrestler. What
Hmm.
are some things now that you like you said you have to have the eyes of a wrestler now as opposed to a fan? What are
Hmm.
some things that has surprised you in regards to this whole journey? Like you wouldn't think like you would have like as a fan like would surprise you. You if that I'm making any sense.
Um. Well, as far as like I guess because I'm still new to it, but like from what I've seen so far is like everything that like goes on like backstage and like how how people put their matches together or like um how a match is like structured, uh just stuff like that. And then there's obviously politics and whatnot behind wrestling that fans don't really think about. Um, and so yeah, stuff like that. Just how to put matches together, what goes on backstage, um, how to act as somebody that would be back there. It was a real like when I first started helping out at shows, like it was like a real like whoa, like I'm on like the other side now, like
Yeah.
it's like crazy to see how like things work, how people actually are. It's real different once you cross over.
So, all right. So now you're a wrestler and you're
Hmm.
big time now. What are some of your dream matches? Whether it's like people in the indies, uh, current wrestlers in WWE, AEW. What are some of your dream matches?
Well, uh, from WWE, I would probably say uh, Seth Rollins because he's always been my favorite. So Seth Rollins somehow, if I could face him, that's like a dream match, like WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Um, Now that CM Punk's back, that was like one of my all-time like goals, and I thought that was never gonna happen once he left.
And you
So
notice he's wrestling a lot of the younger talent on
he
AEW.
is,
So
and that like I'm just saying, within the next year or two, I
yeah, put it out there.
really
Put it out there.
I gotta put out to the universe. I would love to get an opportunity at AEW, but like if that were to cross paths, like me and CM Punk, that's probably the ultimate goal. But yeah, like him and Seth Rollins. So like AEW, CM Punk, Seth Rollins probably from WWE. But AEW right now is like my like goal. So like anybody that's like on AEW, I'd probably face any of them, no problem. Um, who
So
else? I
so
mean, that'd be cool to team with Sasha Banks. Yeah, I
let's
mean,
get
that'd
let's
be
get an
pretty cool.
intergender tag team going on. Let's do it.
Intergender tag team, mixed tag.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
mid tag. There you go. So, okay, you mentioned something that I wanted to bring up because we've had this conversation not too long ago in regards to you getting signed and everything.
Uh
And
huh.
you said your focus is AW, and this is not shitting on any company or whatever, but
Uh,
why do you feel you'd be better fit with AEW than any other promotion?
um, I think it's just like they're much more, I think, relaxed with um like character wise and being creative. Like I said, like I want to be creative. I want to, give my ideas. And you know how it goes, at WWE for a lot of people, they pretty much like to
Control?
do, yeah, like they put you on NXT. Pretty much they come up with the character, and if you get it over and they like you, then you'll move on. But on like the indies or like pretty much any promotion, but like the biggest is AEW that would do this, is it's either you get over or not.
Right,
Like
right.
a lot of the top guys got over on their own in
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah.
So that's just much more appealing to me. Not saying if WWE would ever give me an offer or I got a tryout, I would never go for it. But
You
um,
would never not go for it.
right, like
Okay,
not, yeah. WWE isn't like, oh, I'd like I don't want to go to WWE, but
right.
um, if I
Just
if I
out
had
there.
like the option, an AEW contract or a WWE contract, I think I would pick the AEW contract because it just seems more appealing for my
Right,
future,
right. But that's not
and
as this
my
that.
my brand.
But now, but let's say there's other offers on the table. It may not be that necessarily AEW that's appealing. It may be
Right.
Impact. It may be New Japan. Would you
Yep.
consider working overseas? Is that something that you be prepared to do?
I don't think currently.
Okay.
Um, I think if I got my feet wet,
Hmm.
like this is just me right now, just saying
Yeah.
this. Because like I said, I'm still new. I've had like 4 matches.
Hmm.
I think down the line, eventually, I would probably want to go, to Japan or overseas, wherever I can wrestle.
Hmm.
But right now, my goal is to get as big as I can here in the U.S. Go to any place that would book me. Um, that's that I could wrestle on. See if I could get over and work towards AEW or Impact or somewhere big here in the States.
Hmm.
And if something comes along the lines overseas, yeah, I would probably see it through.
Okay. So before because we're gonna get into your match in a second, but
Right.
going into in regards to creativity that you just mentioned, you came up
Uh-huh.
with your character. Obviously, for those who don't know, why is your wrestling name TKO? The gimmick, how did all that come about in regards to the gear, all that? For those who don't
Right.
know, obviously.
Uh-huh. Um, so TKO, so my name's Tyler, for anybody that doesn't know.
Oh.
My last name is Kasenko. So my initials is TK, and uh, I think back when I was in like middle school, like people just started calling me TKO. Um, so because I would just, that was my initials, like TK. So people would be like, "Oh, TKO." So I think I just eventually just made that like my Instagram and Twitter and then my YouTube. So um, yeah, I made my social media TKO Kasenko, and then I started building a brand off of that. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep my name TKO Kosenko because that's what people know me as. I'm pretty much myself. I'm just a nerd from Connecticut, which is why I wear the Spider-Man gear.
Yes.
Um, because I've always loved Spider-Man, so I drew up Spider-Man gear, and then like I said before, the outfit itself, as far as like wearing like a tank and the sleeves and all that, I would like a light up mask eventually, because that was also in the video game, but we're not there yet. I gotta figure that out.
Uh-huh.
But
But the fact
yeah,
that you
just
drew
pretty
out
much.
your own gear though was pretty. When you
Yeah,
showed
like
me
I
all that, I
really
was like,
wanted to.
wow.
Yeah, I really wanted to be like a comic book character coming out of the
Yeah.
pages. Like I want to be bright and flashy because I mean, I got somewhat, muscle on me, but I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm not, jacked up Brock Lesnar or John
Right.
Cena. So they always say if you don't have the greatest body in the world, because there's only a couple things you can control in this business, and that's your look, your attitude, and your body. So I think I have a pretty good attitude. My body's okay, but it's not all the way up here. So I gotta make sure I at least have cool gear. So
Right.
I got the cool gear down.
To stand
I
out and
got bright,
everything.
bright, flashy colors because you want people to remember you. And if people know me right now as that nerdy kid that looks like Spider-Man, Dominic Mysterio, whatever, as long as they remember me, that's my goal for now, and I'll work from there. So that's pretty much me, TKO in a bundle is just Tyler Kasenko turned up,
Just turned up.
turned up, just a tad bit, just a tad
Just
bit.
a tad bit. So when and you speak about being flashy and just people noticing you, one of the things that I noticed when the match that we're getting ready to watch, the
Uh huh.
thing when you came out for your entrance, you had the selfie stick, and then you were like recording everybody and whatever. Well, how did you come up with that? Like, what's exactly what was the reasoning for that?
Well, that was my first time actually doing that. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I wanted to do it in my first couple matches, but there was for different reasons I just it didn't end up happening. So I was like, you know what? Um, I'm gonna try it out at this show, and Invictus, they approved it. They said that's fine. Obviously, um,
shout out to Invictus.
I yeah, shout out to Invictus. Uh, so yeah, so the idea behind the selfie stick, as some of you guys know, I do vlogs. Um, so for for the longest time, I wanted like a cameraman with me, to follow me along during my entrance.
Hmm.
So the times I don't have a cameraman, I think I'm gonna use the selfie stick, just because I want my audience to follow me along with the audience that I'm currently at. I want you
Yes.
guys to be along with me.
Yeah.
So, um, so yeah, so I put the phone on the selfie stick, and I think it came out pretty good. So I think I'm gonna start doing that, but I would like to eventually have like a cameraman or a camera woman to
Well, you
to
have
vlog me.
your boy Blue just said I volunteer to be a cameraman, so there you go.
Okay, okay, I'll get you a because I also want to get like a TKO camera crew shirt, so I gotta get one of
And
those
so he
made.
got to get
So
the merch and everything. He
yeah,
basically
so
there was a little stuttering there, so it sounds like he's gonna let his people call your people Blue. That's what it sounds like, and
Okay.
he'll get back to you. Well, no, I'm talking for you. I'm telling Blue, like, we gotta discuss this before he decides to sign you. So, you gotta Blue gotta wait or whatever. We gotta figure this out if we want to hire Blue, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much um what I want to do moving forward.
Okay,
Bring you guys along with the journey with me and vlog my matches because I mean I want my matches on camera anyways, so I could show people what your boy's about and then put you
exactly.
guys in the vlog.
There you go. So, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and watch this match so we can get the full experience of
Let's do it.
TKO and us in your world. So before while Blue sets up the clip and everything, do you want to give us a little background information in regards to what we're getting ready to watch? When was it?
So this was last month. This
Hmm.
was my last match as of now until I get booked for another match.
Hmm.
So this was the last match I had. Jenna
Hmm.
was there.
I was,
She
I
was there.
was, I was.
This was the
Blue
same
was
match
too.
that oh yeah, and Blue. You guys came out. A couple other people were there. So shout out to all you guys for coming. But yeah, this is the show that I debuted the selfie stick at, and you guys will see kind of bit me in the ass. Um, but yeah, I faced my pal who constantly talks crap about me on Twitter,
Yes.
Big Ben Bishop, and how that match happened was the previous Invictus show. I was doing my vlog, and one of my awesome fans brought a sign that said MCM fears TKO because MCM, who's somebody else who wasn't at the show, he was actually my first match,
Hmm.
Chris Moljo. Um, he made a sign saying he fears TKO. He ripped the sign and then pushed me into Big Ben, who booted me right in my face. That didn't feel nice.
I
So
bet.
pretty much that was the starting of the match, like the reason behind us having the match, and then he wouldn't stop talking crap on Twitter, and Invictus noticed, and they're like, "All right, that's enough. We're gonna put you guys one on one." He's a big guy, but I wasn't scared, and we had
Yeah.
we tussled around a little bit. So
All
let's
right.
uh let's watch this.
That Spider-Man spirit of yours. All right, let roll them. Ooh, do I see myself?
I don't know. Are you in there
I hope I'm in that.
in this shot? I mean,
Maybe.
obviously you're in my entrance.
Yeah, but maybe. I was front
I think
row.
you were on camera. Oh, there's your boy. There's a
There you
selfie
go.
stick.
There you go. Look at that. Had a little fan cheering section. Had a
And
TKO
we're starting
section.
out with a matchup set up at Aftershock, which you can check out
And if
on
you
our
want to see my view, it's on the
WWE.
vlog, by the way.
Yeah,
TKO,
I just saw me.
Big
I
Ben
saw
Bishop.
me.
If
See?
you missed Aftershock,
There you are.
let's give you a
Ah,
quick recap
there we
here.
go. And
There's
Blue
Blue.
too.
Mucho Trouble
It's like a
were
fan
out
favorite
here,
over here.
and
Yeah, I
basically
try, I try.
TKO with a big boot
Try.
set up this singles matchup here. TKO wanted a bit of
This is
revenge on
very
Ben Bishop, and if he could
Marvel
manifest that, well, let's do it.
superhero type
And here we are
entrance,
at
which I'm
Overtime,
assuming
which is one on
that's the
one
goal of
contest.
this, of the look and everything.
And let
Yeah.
me tell you, ladies and gentlemen,
Well, it's
right as
funny
you
with
can
my
see,
with my
this
entrance music. At
second half of
first,
the show is
I I
guaranteed
uh
to be
I tried
jam
I tried getting
packed.
into the
We
rap
still
game
got a
a
number one
little bit
contenders match
and
for
tried
the women's
writing my own
championship
rap
here
song,
coming
and
soon.
it just
O'Neal
was
wins
terrible.
Broadway
So
signature and the big
I
man
found this
Byron
I
Reed,
found
and
this
it goes
superhero
great.
theme song,
And
and
that's
it
Match
worked a
10.
little
If
better
you
for
missed
me.
it, catch the replay on
it goes
IWTV,
perfect.
the first half
Yeah.
of Invictus Pro Wrestling's Overdrive. If you're
So
just
what
joining
does
us
I've been meaning
for
to
the
ask
second
you?
half.
What's NBH? Is
NBH is the next big hit,
there you go.
which
Instead of the
is
next big thing, the next big
yeah,
hit. Okay. Okay.
it's essentially, yeah, a runoff of the next big thing. And I was
Okay.
like, well, I can't call myself the next big thing. It's always taken. So I was like thinking, I'm like, hits. Guys, what people want to
And
get the
let me tell you
hits
something.
There
on
you go.
I know
online,
Ben
and
Bishop may
so
be a bit of an a-hole, but
NBH shorten
if
it up a
you're
little
walking
bit.
out to Eminem's
Next big hit.
Venom,
There
That's
you
what it
I
go.
means.
immediately love it.
Like at first, I thought it was like maybe a Spider-Man reference. I was like, no, it can't be. For the longest, I was just trying to figure it out. Maybe it was something that was obvious. But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I actually here.
You want to know why I'm dressed like this? I am the antithesis of you. And if you don't know what that means, it means the complete opposite. I'm the real pro wrestler.
And you knows how he's wearing a Venom
I'm the real pro wrestler.
Yeah,
attire, trying to get in my head.
yeah.
Now he's yapping and talking all this crap. Nobody
And
cares.
that's cool though. Like you playing off each other. But we don't care about this guy. He's a douche.
Yeah, he's a jerk, big jerk.
Clearly a big jerk over here.
And when you saw when he came out from his entrance, by the way, not a lot of people know this, but he had a tongue that was on the mask, but his bozo ass ripped it off before he could come out. So joke's on him. That's what he gets for trying to get in my head.
Oh, because playing up the whole Venom thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dummy. Yeah,
That's enough.
that's enough.
Listen, at some point, when you run your mouth too long, someone's either going to knock it off or got something to say to you, and TKO's definitely got something to say.
Look at that. 18,000 strong, going crazy.
That's right.
There you go.
18,000 for sure. Sold out,
Exactly. Sold
packed
out
out.
arenas.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, that's what it sounded like. They were loud. You guys were loud for me.
That's how it starts off. It starts off with a few people and then sold out arenas. What's the arena again called in Connecticut? The one that they always go to? I forget. What was the XL Center.
Yeah, the XL Center.
See? Yeah,
Or
they
the
went to
Webster. There's
okay, or the
two.
Webster.
Yeah.
And the
They
time
go
is
to
set,
either
and the
one.
action is officially underway for the
All
second
right, here
half
we go.
of Invictus Overdrive. Big Ben Bishop versus TKO.
Trying to chop him down a little bit,
Giving up
He's kind of a tall
Making
fella.
a
he
lot of
is a
strength, but what he gives up is
he is a
aggression.
tall
And one
fella.
thing I'm
That's
willing to
okay.
jump for is
Very tall,
speed and
actually.
guile in this match, because Ben is going to come at him with everything
So
that
did you
he
feel like you
has.
had a fighting chance
This
against
isn't
him?
an accidental big boot anymore. This right here for Ben
Funny
is
enough,
about
his
taking TKO out. Giving
he
TKO that
trains with
look,
James
sir,
Ellsworth.
a poser, a coward
That's his
Oh,
player.
trainer.
okay.
So
He's not supposed to be in the
so
world of pro
any
wrestling.
man with two hands has a fighting
He
chance,
went for
right?
that Big
There
Ben.
you go.
He went for the Big Ben and just
Jerk
missed it.
off.
TKO got out of the way
Wow.
of the Big Ben boot.
Sounds like a rematch is
Now on the
in the
outside,
horizon the way
Ben
you
is
talking.
going
He's
against
still
the
talking
American
crap.
Ghost.
So
TKO, like I said,
I'm gonna talk
bringing
my
some
crap
kind of
too.
guile in
Right.
this matchup. A lot of
It's
smarts, a lot of heart
inevitable.
if
You
he
have
wants to
to
beat Big Trouble Ben Bishop here tonight.
link up
Once again,
again. Look
See,
at
IWC
look,
this
fans,
big
this is
hater.
our
What
sponsor
a
fans at
hater. He
Silent
didn't come over
Podcast
our way
with
and talk
Joey
that
G.
mess.
Catch them on social media.
ripping up my
Listen,
boy
support
Joey
for the
G's
business. No
sign,
Limit
who
Wrestling and
sponsored the
Wrestling
match, by
Strong.
the way.
You can catch them on all social media
Yes.
channels. That is the
I
Silent
was like, check
Podcast
TKO out
with
with
Joey G.
sponsors,
Sponsoring
fans. I was like,
members,
wow.
TKO, and Big Trouble Ben
Getting
Bishop.
gifts.
Then again, using that power, but TKO, speed, going with it, coming under everything, ducking the clothesline. Needs to do
Trying
that
to
a
light him
lot.
up.
Oh!
That's
That didn't
okay.
feel nice. That
That's
didn't feel
okay.
good.
Sidewalk slam,
That's okay.
dropped him into a
That did
back
not
breaker,
feel good.
down to the point of the knee.
That's some grade A
This
selling though.
herniated a couple of discs in the back of
Was it selling
TKO.
though?
Was it?
And
Yeah,
if I
because you're
started
tough.
it right, it
This
landed like
guy is
right
trash. Come on.
between
You eat, you eat though,
that,
dude. Come
those
on, you
knee
selling.
vertebrae and those T vertebrae. That controls that breathing. That controls
Trying to
blood
use his
flow
long
into the
legs,
brainstem.
cheat,
This could really be
Mm-hmm.
a very hard
choke
matchup
me in the
for
corner.
TKO after that
Like, get
backbreaker
out of here. Let me
sidewalk
breathe.
slam combo. And
Get out of
again,
here.
this time going in with the big sidewalk
You're
slam,
just
dropping
tossing me
him down.
around.
Cover by Big Ben Bishop. And
That
the
is not enough
takedown
though. No,
by
wasn't letting it in
TKO.
there.
Exactly.
Was not letting it in
My
there.
commentary
We
partner,
we we got to
Ryan
get some
Peterson
offense
and
in
Ryan.
the
Apologies, folks. That was
BFFL.
temporary
We
assignment.
get something got to give.
Oh, here he comes though with the camera.
Bishop doing with the phone.
Took my phone that I make all my lovely vlogs on.
Looking to embarrass TKO
I
on
said,
his own
no,
vlog.
do not touch
From
my phone,
social
but
media,
he slapped me
Instagram
down.
Live, and let these fans know, the people who chant for TKO, who love TKO, that, well, I'm going to destroy TKO here tonight. And for those who don't know TKO, he started out with us as a referee. He started out as a referee until the Rising Star Showcase, where Mucho Chris Moljo called out issues
That's
with
okay.
anybody in the locker
That's
room.
okay.
And it turns out it was covered by Bishop. Only a
That's
2 count.
okay.
TKO kicks
It's
out.
fine.
Getting back
Wait,
to the challenge.
that was
It was
nothing.
TKO who
It
answered
was
that
nothing,
challenge.
you know.
Surprisingly, he was in his ref gear, but then he took it off and showed into this amazing Spider-Man looking apparel he has on. And right now, once again, with that
No,
backbreaker, this time the point of the knee
no,
going
it's
into the
okay.
lumbar spine
It's okay.
of TKO, dissecting the back and spinal
Oh
column of
man,
TKO. Oh my God, picking him up like a
It's
wrestler.
okay.
you're
We're
gonna
getting to the
get
good part.
you're gonna get out of it.
Gut
Okay.
buster
Eventually.
knee.
Like I said, he's a tall fella. It was hard to knock him down.
Uh,
But he didn't
I'll
get me
be
here.
yeah,
He didn't get
yeah,
me yet. I still
yeah,
got some fight. I'm
yeah.
getting up. They're cheering my name.
That's it. This is the comeback.
Win this match is gonna be no way home for him. What is Bishop doing with the
Yeah, come on. There we go.
Boom.
There we go.
Trying to separate. Boom. Another big shot.
There you go.
Trying to get some offensive strikes.
Go down.
The next
Shove
best
him down.
the next best hit.
Super kick, buddy.
Come on. The comeback.
Boom.
Woo! The
DDT. It's
DDT.
over. 1, 2.
Come on. Come on.
All right.
This is it.
I'm going to end them right here. Here we go.
There you go. This is it. This
Big
is everything
forearm.
that you've been.
Big
This is
forearm.
everything you've been working hard.
Eh.
No, you're gonna kick out.
No, I'm not.
There's always next time. There's always next time. Oh, come on. Come on, really?
Come on, man, that's enough.
Really?
Adding insult to injury.
drop at
Get
the
out of
end
here.
after the bell by Big Trouble
Get
in
out of
Little
here,
Big The Big
sucker.
Ben
Get out of
wasn't
here.
enough, but dropped him with the meat pop drop after the bell. Big Trouble may have gotten the win, Well, but on a side note, want to give a huge thank you
And
to
Blue said, I told you
the
to
Prime Group
duck.
Podcast and Joey
He
Show for
told me,
sponsoring the event.
dude, the
Great
adrenaline was
matches tonight.
flowing.
All their featured
He
guests
thought
came
he
out to
had
the
him,
show,
man.
from Invictus, Northeast Wrestling, and Tesla Strength, including the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, Gio
That's
Galvano,
okay.
Apollo
Look,
Crews,
hey,
myself was a guest on their show,
hey,
I
and
tried.
recently
you tried,
heard
man.
only on Spotify.
You tried.
I tried. What did you think being there, though?
Oh, are you interviewing me on my show? Okay. What did I think? I was very. We mentioned this on the episode of the mixed tag show that we recorded a couple of days later. I was just very proud because again, everything that we discussed from the beginning of this interview, our journey, right? How we became
Hmm.
friends, just as we were waiting on whether it's going to shows or waiting online to see whatever said wrestler, and just we've always and it's like our friendship was never just like, okay, I'll see you at a show or I'll see you at an event. It was just always keeping in contact, right? So for you to then always tell me about your transition in regards to becoming a pro wrestler and just the journey and you sending me videos and then the sketches of your gear, it was it was a proud moment for me, honestly, just to see you like, wow, okay, you're in the ring. You're not in the crowd with me. You're actually in the ring doing your
I'm in
show.
there.
Yeah, in there. So it was just to see that. I was telling Blue, I was like, God, I'm choking up over here, but I'm sensitive. So that's how I felt. It was just a very proud moment. Obviously, we didn't get the win, but you know, we'll get
Well,
it. You can't win. You can't win them all.
right. I mean, and like I said, I've only had a couple matches. So when I was
Uh-huh.
told I had to pick a match, I unfortunately haven't won any of my matches yet.
Hey,
So I was
listen,
like, you know what?
we're
If
starting
I'm gonna
out.
pick a match, I might as well just pick the match that Jenna and Blue were at. Uh, just so you guys can
Yeah,
give your thoughts on the
for sure.
experience of being
Exactly.
there. Um,
Exactly.
so
But
yeah, but
listen,
we'll get the dub.
we're gonna get the dub, and then it's obviously many more to come. So just to end everything off, where can people find you on social media? Do you have anything going on in regards to whether it's shows or just anything for people to look out? The floor is yours.
Right. So currently don't have any shows, but if anybody out there that is watching wants to book your boy, just email me at TKO Kasenko. Same thing as the social medias. All my social media is TKO Kasenko, KOCENKO. Find me on there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. All that good stuff. Buy
Buy
my
his
merch.
merch.
Get your merch. Links in my Instagram bio. She's got the merch out and ready.
There you go. This is
Look at
the
that
old.
face.
This is old school though. So we gotta re up.
Yeah, I gotta get. I definitely need to get some new designs for the up and coming year. Not sure if I want to use a certain website because I heard some tea today, but
But we that's another day,
that's a not that's
another
a
show.
I won't say anything else other than that. But I'll figure that out. Get a store up and going
Right.
for some new
Merch.
TKO shirts. But yeah, find me on social media, TKO Kasenko though.
All right, you heard the man. You can follow me at Miss Jenna Baby BAYBEE. You can follow my lovely co-host at Blue Magic Grind. You can follow us at the Mixed Tag Show. And next week our guest is Blue. Who is our guest next week? Or is it next week or is it in the new year? Is it? No, actually, it's next week. We have Mason Walls from Black Magic Tag Team. He will be joining Blue next week. So thank you again, TKO for joining me. It was a
No
lot of
problem.
fun, and yeah, peace. Happy
See you
holidays,
guys.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody. Whatever,
Christmas.
Happy New Year, whatever, or
So I
whatever.
had or whatever.
That was cool.